Right. Fingers crossed that's all booting up. Fingers crossed that's all coming through. Nice. Nice. And are we on the other end yet? No, we're not. Hello, everybody. Fingers crossed this is working. Ha! Here we are. Welcome on, everybody, to afternoon, if you're in the UK, stream where we're going to be doing some Wave 4 figures. I thought it was about time that I get going with this, and I ummed over whether I was going to share this with you or hide it from you, and in the end I decided I would share it. So we've got Link open from Wave 3 of the custom sets. It have to let me know how the settings are. This is a new machine, and I've not actually used Kryta since I've upgraded the machine. So this is going to be a bit of a memory jump. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I can still do that. And where's Phil? I don't like... Oh, no. We've got to set some of this stuff up. I don't like the HSV model. So I need to try... Yeah, no. HSV is fine. It's... No. I just want a different map, to be honest. Can you give me the square one, please? The square one's the one I like using. I should have set this up beforehand. This is what I want. I want to change this to RG. Okay, can you change, please? Hello. How do I... Yeah, no, I really should have fixed this before I came live. I also... Okay, my layers are down here. Cool. This is all different. This is all change. I just need to find a way to change my colour wheel because I really don't like it. So bear with me for a couple of seconds. Oh, I found the options. Awesome. We like this one, I think, is our one that we will go with. And bingo, that is changed. Oh, it's all different to how it normally is, but that's okay. We got it sorted. Cool. So we're starting off with Fire Tunic Link from Ocarina of Time, which will be a fun one to do. So we're going to start by basically taking my existing Ocarina of Time Link and just changing out the colours. Because from what I can see, in fact, tell you what, we'll open up my reference image in another tab, is that the Goron tunic is practically identical. So here we go. Okay, there's a couple of differences. We'll have to faff around with the belt and the gauntlets here, because I'm not going to bother putting the golden gauntlets on, although I suppose he wouldn't have had the silver gauntlets by this point. So yeah, really we are just colour swapping into a darker red. Now I think I've gone a little bit too light there, so I think we're going to undo that, and we're going to play with our colour, bring it down a couple of tones, and try that again. That's a much nicer red, that's for sure. Okay, cool. Anyway, while we're doing this, how has everybody been? Hope you're all having a wonderful day. It's been a little bit over here. I've been very focused on Wave 4 sets, as you might be able to tell. And it's been paying off. We've been getting a lot of progress done. And obviously lots been happening. We had our gorgeous farming Nintendo Direct the other day. Was that 2 days ago now? And of course, who am I kidding? That's really the Breath of the Wild 2 name reveal Direct. And I have thoughts, that's for certain. I'm definitely not without thoughts. So as we go through today, I'm sure I'll discuss at length some of my grievances. And while I'm not as excited as most people, sadly, I'm a bit disappointed by it actually. But we'll get into that as we go through. We'll give it a little bit first, make sure that YouTube decided to send out notifications. I'm hoping you can hear me. I mean, I've got no way of testing that other than going echo, so I apologise for this. Awesome, that works perfectly. You're going to get a horrible echo. Horrible echo. Anyway, now that that's all tested and that we're all up and running, I can get back to business here. Now, one of the great things about the way we're doing a custom set, I suppose, it's no real secret considering I leaked my own custom sets, that this is going to be a Volvagia based set, hence why I'm doing the Ocarina of Time Firelink tunic. I want to get through about 6 figures today, I think is the plan. I want to just get a load done, and recoloring figures is something you might have noticed across the various waves. I tend not to do it if I think a figure will look better without it, or like if it really is too noticeable. But you'll notice that for a lot of like the repeatable enemies like Bokoblins and so on, I will end up just copying and pasting them over, which is fine. That's allowed. It's my customs. As I always say though with these, is it's less about the end result and more about the concept as a whole. Oh, beautiful! I don't even have to highlight the spot. What happens if I do the? See, that used to be a trick when in my old laptop. I used to be able to just click a thing twice and it would go further to the edges. It looks like I'm going to have to do some edge trimming, but compared to drawing a new figure from scratch, that's absolutely nothing. I will happily do that. So we're going to have to mess with the arms, although it looks like I didn't bother with the gauntlets on the old design. So technically speaking, this is almost entirely finished already. Now I think we might remove the shield. Hi Pixel, how we doing? To clear that up, you guys know my name's not actually Robbie, just the voice acting I did for Hylian Brix's Hyrule Champion, and the role I will be reprising in part 4, hopefully, whenever that gets done. How are we doing today, Pixel? Nice to see you. We would be drawing Ocarina of Time. We're going to be doing Volvagia's head later, because it's a custom mold that I couldn't do. Messing with the Firelink. I think it would be a better name for him. Why do we call it the Fire Tunic or the Goron Link, isn't it? Bad naming conventions. We should just call him Firelink. I'm surprised. The memory I have of this outfit is light red. Like, I would have assumed that light red was the colour to go for as far as the Lego representation, but no, looking at that, the reference imagery, that is really dark. Or maybe it's the old one, like just the difference between 3DS and 64. But either way, we're going to go dark red because it's a nicer colour in the Lego spectrum as well. I find that red can be very bright, and it works for some stuff, but I think dark red looks nicer. And this is just a copy. I do want to take away the shield. I mean, no, we're not. Actually, I'm lying. I want to take away the sword because I want to put a hammer there, but I haven't designed the hammer yet, so that's a bit awkward. Which means we might have to hop over to Studio and design a hammer. The old tunic's a lot darker than the 3DS remake. Yeah, I sort of guessed because of how much bright it was. I was looking at the Temple of Time, totally not hinting at custom sets earlier today, and I was trying to work out what colour. I'm thinking probably dark tan's potentially the best, but the roofs in the 3DS, they look almost dark red, but in the original they're almost brown, so you really could take it any way. It looks like the 3DS team just really ramped up the contrast, which is fine. You know, they're allowed to. That is a perfectly acceptable way of doing things. But I definitely I don't like how vibrant it is, but maybe that's just my art style. But then again, I'm not the biggest Twilight Princess fan in the world, so you'd think that bright colours would be my jam, but turns out I'm more of a sand colour person. So we'll see. I'm liking the dark red and the way it's contrasting. I mean, it's definitely been I'll come back to that in a second. Hypixel, yeah, I'd love to stay on stream, but in like 5 minutes you'll be at school on the bus. Yeah, no worries. Education, way more important than this. Stay in school, kids. The stream replay will be up afterwards, of course. So you've got plenty of opportunities there. Still trying to work out what time streaming is best, because here in the UK, well, in the middle of the day. So, whereas I forget, for you American lot or people over in the West, it's going to be a lot earlier, potentially around school time, I imagine, 9 o'clock. But no, where I was saying, I think the next colour that we need on the Lego spectrum is off-white. I think we are really, really missing an off-white colour. By what I mean is sort of like a milky cream, somewhere in between tan and white. Because the amount of things I've built over the last year where I've gone, I wish I had a milky colour or something in between, is just insane. Like where tan just, it feels too dark, too brown. I don't know, it's very hard to explain, but Wave 4 would have really benefited from a new colour. Then again, we say this all the time, but I would love stuff like sand red back, sand purple. There's a lot of colours that I think would missing. Another one being like a coppery colour. We have a coppery colour that they used on the snakes in 2019 Ninjago, but I don't really think that's enough. It's not widely used as pieces. I would love to see it come across. Do I plan on making a water tunic? I do believe it's on the list. I've already done the Twilight Princess one, which is the more interesting one, which is why I did that one first. Although not many people know I've done that figure because I never finished the Water Temple custom set. Again, that's my 1000 subscriber special. As I said, I'd go back and finish that set because it was like the temple itself, or the joke of that temple is it was a right pain to do. But I believe the water tunic's on my plan. I mean, the Breath of the Wild one certainly is, because again, super interesting outfit. But there is no water Ocarina of Time, at least, water temple set planned. However, I must have put them on the list. There's no way I didn't. I mean, I've got the list right next to me, so we can have a little scroll down. Oh, no, that's a cool figure, though. No, not there. The thing is, there's only certain sets that he could really appear in, to be honest. He's not a very... It sort of has to be Zora related. Yeah, I've got, like... Oh, that's interesting. Why have I chosen that set? See you next time. Don't forget to drop by the stream replay later. Have a wonderful day at school and try and learn something. My casual advice. Still see if I can answer the question though. I'm not seeing, shockingly, the Breath of the Wild one or the Ocarina of Time one, which is interesting, potentially a bit concerning that I need to go back and make some alterations. I don't know why. In the Zora domain... Oh, I found the Breath of the Wild one. Okay, no, yeah. We're doing the Breath of the Wild Zora Armor very, very soon. In fact, it potentially even in this stream. I doubt it, though. We've got a lot of figures to get through, and I am very, very slow, as you guys know. Yeah, so let's keep going. No, so all kinds of tunics. I really, maybe less realistic on that behalf, but I do want to get as many of these Link variants in as possible, which sort of means that all of the sets pretty much get a unique Link, which is perhaps the least accurate portion of the custom set showcase, just for the sake of, well, they won't do that. They're not going to make new Link colours for every single set. Although saying that, watching the Avatar reviews, all of the Avatar sets, every single minifigure in every single set, I'm pretty sure is technically exclusive. Now, obviously, technically, like, the different printing on Jake Sully's head does not really quantify, but I'm pretty sure the entire minifigure selection for all 4 of those sets is completely unique. Like, Neytiri, and the Conal, completely unique. The Neytiri with the head crown in the Banshee set is different, and that's like the basic Jake. Then the Jake gets the different markings in the best set, the RDA Samson and Site 26, and then the last one with the Tree of Souls is his Turok Muktu outfit. So you can tell I rewatched Avatar recently. I still think those minifigures would have been better just using normal body, normal legs, and just having the tail, and then just normal minifigure heads. Using like the Goblin piece from Lord of the Rings, I really think the ideas submission it's still transparent. They didn't look uncanny. They looked like Lego Avatar figures, not monstrosities from the 2010 Woody arms. So I don't know. I mean, the whole thing's a bit iffy. I mean, it works lovely, and I know these Pandora builds, they're great and all. They just don't look like Pandora to me. Like, I really want to love them. But the best part about them, I think, is the floating islands. But I'm looking at this plant life, and it's just so chaotic. It looks more like the Lego Movie 2 plant stuff, at least in my opinion, than Pandora. But then again, it would have been a very hard thing to translate, and they have done particularly well. It's the individual elements that stand out, like the ones they've chosen to do for glow in the dark and so on like that I think really make the difference. Anyway, how are we doing? Red Tunic Link's coming out well. Just want to pop back to our reference. I might try a different hair colour, which seems odd because this was the hair colour I chose for Ocarina of Time Link. But who knows, maybe the Fire Tunic douses Link's hair in some sort of fireproof or fire retardant oil, but it looks way more orange. Maybe it's, again, the difference between N64 and 3DS, potentially. Undo that. And it's just me looking at it funny, but I do think I'd like to try it just to see how it comes out. I mean, it's iffy because it's a dual molded piece and they're redoing the other half in red for the hat. They could do this where they change the hair colour, but I really think that maybe it's not worth it because the next Lego colour, orange, which would be horrific as a hair colour. So it's probably better to stick with what we've got, I think. So, we'll do that. We'll stay as we are. Obviously, we're getting closer to 2023, and to no one's surprise, since the last stream, the Titanic has still not come back in stock on Lego.com. I'm super excited, though, to see what people think of the mighty Bowser when they get their hands on him. Can't wait to watch a proper review and speed build for him. Still really excited. I got my hands on Series 23 minifigures, and I already mentioned, I think, that I got my hands on Character Pack Series 5. Made some Bricklink orders and stuff. Just got some really cool projects on the way to show you guys on the channel. First video will be going up on Monday, and we'll be doing once a week apart from any streams, as previously mentioned in the comments, or if you're watching the first portion of this building. If you're wondering why we're not doing Castle at the moment, it's because I'm trying to grind out Wave 4 and get them ready for October. It's going to be tight, hence why we're doing minifigures today. Not all of the sets are finished. Some of them are being right nuisances, like really difficult, and one of them I'm not even doing until a certain part becomes available in the studio. So that set will just be delayed. It'll be like the retail exclusive of the Wave, which is cool enough. It's cool enough. But I suppose without much further ado, I should probably talk about Breath of the Wild 2, or should I call Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, I don't like the name. Let's start there. The name. I like the aspect of the name being potentially Tears or Tears. Like, I know it's Tears, but I like the idea of it being like a double entendre, like the Tears of the Kingdom linking to whatever we're collecting, and Link's water drop move, and actually I think Tears is obviously as the kingdom fractures, but then also tears as the kingdom starts to tear itself apart with all of these earthquakes or whatever's going on, and so on and so forth. So I like the idea of it being a double meaning. I think that's really cool and clever, the fact that they're going to leave us, because we didn't hear Aonuma say it. In a sense, like, he never specifically said the title, meaning that it's completely still up in the air because the word is spelt the same. And that's the beauty of homonyms and why we love them. So that was really cool. I do like that. However, the name itself sounds like a 2007 fantasy novel, or edgy sequel to a teen fantasy novel, and I am not a fan of it at all. Tears of the Kingdom. It grates with me. Breath of the Wild, it's become such an iconic title. And people were so excited for news, and rightly so. I mean, we've waited close to 6 years now, 7 years. I don't even know. It's been a long time. 27, 5 years, fine, 5 years, but it will be six next. By the time it actually comes out, yeah, it will be 6 years and 2 months, and a couple of days. So we've waited by far long enough. So I understand that people are just excited about any news, any scrap and morsel they can get. But people saying that there was so much in this trailer, I don't think we watched the same trailer because it certainly didn't feel that way to me. I mean, we saw the like murals, one of which the Moblin mural, so cool. I loved the one of the Moblins and Bokoblins coming over the tablet, and with the thing in the line art, like the what's it called, like the Central American almost styled ancient glyphs. So cool to see the Moblins in the art style. Like, I love that art style more than the tapestry from Breath of the Wild 1. I never loved the tapestry. I know that a lot of people got behind that as like an icon, but it was never really my style. So to see the what's it called, this line art was so cool. I hope it doesn't tie into another prophecy, but all we really saw, right, is a couple of mysterious glyphs, no different to every other trailer. Pretty much all the trailers have started in this quick shot version of just showing us random stuff for people to theorize about. Then Link opens a set of doors, which, to be fair, does remind me of the Skyward Sword dungeon doors, which is cool, I guess. Then he jumps off a cliff, and I do admit I do like the sky aesthetic. It's so pretty. I love it. I really hope there's a lot of stuff to do up there. We'll come back to that. He jumps off the cliff. We see him reverse time. Again, I'm going to come back to the shots in a second because I thought a couple of them looked real janky. And then he falls again, lands on his Green Goblin glider, and goes away. And then into the title, name reveal. Now, I've said I don't like the title because it feels way too not Zelda-y, edgy. It's weird. It's like a sad sequel title. I was just hoping for something better. Although I do like the double entendre of it, so I can see why they've done it. But I don't know. I would have preferred, if they had to use the Tears Tears thing, I would have preferred Tears of Hyrule. I think that would be a much better name, just off the spot. Tears of Hyrule would have been so cool, rather than Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know, it just feels like something out of teen sci-fi fantasy. Anyway, getting off that point, the first shot of the trailer with the opening doors, I don't know if it was just me, but I'm not one to complain about graphics. The gate looked real janky to me. I don't know why. I don't know if it was just the lighting and how bright it was, and maybe I'm too used to being inside, but the lighting on those doors was so iffy to me. I don't know what was going on. Like, it genuinely looked so unpolished. Now, obviously, game not done yet, so they can do what they like, but for an opening shot of the trailer, I was a bit like, like, the Zelda graphics, it's not the strongest, of course, but as I said, don't care, it's about the experience. But these doors that I remember being so detailed and lovely in Skyward Sword, about the same graphical fidelity 10 years earlier, and just they're just so plain and marbled, and then they looked so weird as they went opened, and then I was like, okay, moving on. I don't love the time reversal mechanic. Like, it looks cool and all, but to me, all I see when I watch that object going back up into the sky, and I was like, this is gonna get so abused. Like, not even in a cool speedrunner way, but in the game launches and just you're accidentally playing and it clips you out of bounds kind of way. I just see this mechanic being way more trouble than it's worth. And even the way that shot was put together, it just looked so clunky. I really don't know what I'm viewing here, and I don't think anyone agrees with me, but to me the whole thing just looked so clunky. Regardless, moving on, the next part of the trailer, we got the nice wide shot of Hyrule. which worried me because of how similar it looks to Breath of the Wild. I have not yet been shown the reason that I should spend £50 to £60 on this game if it's going to be an identical experience to Breath of the Wild, right? No one has shown me the reason why I should play this other than a couple of cool skylines. Because let's be honest, we saw the most skylines we ever have, still doesn't look like that many. Like 50, less than the shrines. And the shrines are gone, the towers are gone, so how's the map going to work? And how's the challenge going to work? And how's the stuff going to work? The stables are still there, meaning that you're going to know where all of those are off the top of your head straight away. You're going to know where all of the little secret caves are. Those won't have changed. Yeah, a couple of landmarks are gone. Some of the ruins and stuff have been changed around. Don't know why, don't know how they're going to explain that way. And Hyrule Castle Town's still in ruins, meaning that there's not even like a civilization aspect of it to explore. Castle's up in the air, so that's a bit rubbish as well. And Death Mountain's spewing something, so I'm excited to go inside Death Mountain. I'm assuming that's going to be a dungeon. That does get me interested. And obviously the Skyland's a huge draw, but at the moment the surface is looking like a huge detractor from the game. I need a trailer where they go around and show me that this world is completely different, because at the moment it's not like that first trailer where it was, wow, these 3D environments, they're so cool and expansive and we've got this whole new biome to explore and there's so much space. It's the same map. Like, I haven't seen the reason to prove to me that they've changed, which was pretty sad. And there's a load of petroglyphs on the ground or whatever, you know. And then the biggest turn off of the whole trailer to me, the glider. I don't know whether this is old Zelda coming back and Link's vehicle should be a horse and that's it. But I am not a glider fan. The Master Cycle was already a push, but they made it fit. This glider looked so odd. So odd. And it didn't fit, and I did not feel happy about the glider. I'll say that for sure. What else was there? I just thought it looked bad. Not only did I think it looked bad, but I thought it was boring design. I think its function is just fast travel in effect. I don't know what's going to be gained. I can't prove that it will be useless, but I also can't prove that it will be useful. So that's fun. So I'm not at the moment particularly excited by that trailer. Release date, that was good. Finally, we waited way too long. I mean, that's why I understand when people are excited, right? Because they've spent 6 years just going, nope, you can wait. And then they destroyed our 35th anniversary and the rest of it and left us all just going, where, what, how, game, please. And that's finally over. We finally got a release date for a game that I hope is way better than it looks right now, because I've waited patiently for 6 years and I don't want it to be a disappointment. So yeah, sad at the moment. Hopefully it will live up to expectations. Something that is living up to my expectations right now is, well, there's no expectations to really have, Pikmin 4. I was very, very excited about that. I mean, what's been so long since the Pikmin 3. Obviously got into it last year with Pikmin 3 Deluxe. I'm well excited to have a proper Switch Pikmin. It's always such a wonderful experience, and to have a new story, hopefully bigger than ever before. More Pikmin, maybe. The screenshots they showed us looked super, super clean. So, well excited about that. Definitely my highlight takeaway from the Direct. Otherwise, yeah, by my standards, pretty bad Direct. Not much for me there at all. No mention of Age of Calamity, so I'm going to assuming that game is well and truly dead. And yeah, no, just literally nothing else catching my fancy at all. So Pikmin 4 hype and Tears of the Kingdom hype, and then that's basically it. So I have zero motivation to draw anything from the new game. I have no interest at the moment of any particular custom sets. I'm sure I will. There's no way they don't win me over. I don't buy the game and then I don't go, that would be a perfect Lego set, and then I make it. It will happen. I will do it, and I'm sure I'll do it on release week or something. And I've got a couple of ideas planned based off the better trailer, which was last year's, which at least actually showed us stuff. Or was it 2 years ago now? I don't remember. The cool trailer, the trailer we actually liked. It was 2021, wasn't it? And then they were like, we have no more news to share, and we're delaying the game. And that was the cool trailer as well with the sword. I so hope that Fi's in the game. I would love that. It would honestly just be the best. And I think I'm in the minority when I say that. That's too big. What size is this? I've got to learn my sizes again. Anyway, while I've been mumbling on about how I can't wait to see the blue Pikmin, because they are the best type of Pikmin. I just love their faces so much. Yeah, we've been drawing, so let's reconstruct Ocarina of Time Link's arm here, which might, to be honest, be more of a challenge than we thought. So let's fill in that line there. That's that. Let's join up the circle as best as we can. And same for this one. Oh, that went a bit off kilter. There we go. And then the same on this side. Oh, that didn't line up properly at all. Okay, that's fine. That's getting somewhere. And then we just need the stalk. So let's fill that in, and then bring that around like that. So, believe it or not, I didn't want to stream this just because of the direct. I didn't think it was worth talking about. I didn't think it was going to impress many of you, because I'm sure you guys all loved every second of it. And it's just me in the corner that had issues, especially with the Breath of the Wild 2 or Tears of Hyrule, as I might just decide to call it, to appease myself. But one thing it did do is get me making custom sets again. I've been working very, very hard. We finished Coloctos, which was cool. I'm assuming you guys have pretty much guessed the custom sets by this point. I know I put like that big list out, so I'm assuming it's pretty public knowledge which custom sets I'm doing, at least for the 5 people in the entire world that care. So awesome for you guys knowing what sets I'm doing. And one thing with Coloctos is it's another one I was pretty nervous to do. Not just because it's a really difficult design, because circles, which it is, he was a nuisance. It took a way longer than I thought to do. But beyond that, it was also difficult because no one's really done Colocti before. It's not very commonly done, even in the Zelda space, or Lego Zelda space. Not many Coloctuses out there. So it proved very easy to, have to choose my own inspiration. So, which is both good and bad. It means there's not really much to compare to. But to be honest, I think it potentially made me compare myself more than I normally do to other builds. Because when there's like 100 Guardians out there, yeah, you feel like it's really hard to bring your own take to it. But also, it's so much easier because the comparison's already inevitable. The comparison's already there. You can see what other people did. You can see where they struggled. You can learn from it, steal bits, and then improve. When you're doing something like Coloctus, there's only one. To me, at least, it's a really iconic model. I don't know if you guys have seen it before. That meant it was really, really challenging, actually, and I wasn't expecting that. But I'm really, really happy with his finished result. Again, one of my favourites. He's a pretty big one. Oh, that is the wrong colour. We're just doing some ear surgery, and then we'll get right on to moulding Volvagia's head. So let's fill this in with the fleshy colour and then cover over the join line, and then take a look back. Yeah, I know my drawing's not great. It's passable, and custom sets all about the imagery rather than the actual quality. So let me just squint sideways. Yep, I'm happy with him. So let's save you and then export you as well. So I'll just quickly do that. Please bear with me. Wave 4. Oot. Fire tunic link. I'm gonna have to find a custom set to shove the water tunic in. I'm sure there's a Ocarina of Time set that it will do for, which will be fine. So let's grab a new layer and hide the old layer and open existing document as untitled document, and let's bring in our base model. Here we go, the Okami bird from Lego Harry Potter. I'm going to Control X you, bring you in here and leave you there, and then we're also going to open up another one, and that is Volvagia, because I need its head. Her head, his head, I don't really know their head. Control X that, close you, and come back in here. Cool, right, let's move yous around a little bit. Actually, we only need to focus on the head. So, firstly, we're going to angle it up. Oh, it's screaming. Why is it so blurry? Oh, it wasn't. Control Shift and Zen undo. It was just taking a minute. And then we're also going to make this one bigger, because this is the actual model we're going to do. So I want to rotate it slightly so I get it on a straight, and then we can change it, and let's see what that turns out like. Let's hide Volvagia. Cool, make it just a tad bigger. It might as well be a big image, or else what's the point in doing it well, really, isn't it? So let's just shrink it down, fill it in the middle of the screen. So you know what, we'll shove it towards the top so that we can position Volvagia. Now what we're doing is we're going to use the Okami head as our mold base, and then basically that's going to be for the neck attachment, and then I guess for where we'll attach Volvagia's horns. But yeah, we'll do the Moblin style horn, I think, potentially, and then we'll redecorate the Okami headpiece as is required. But we're going to leave the jaw piece the same, or maybe I'll change it to the lower jaw of the new animal from Avatar, the Thanator. There we go. Which is going to provide a surprisingly useful part, actually, I think, in its lower jaw, which is just a jawbone piece with teeth. So very cool, very cool. Should be useful. Don't plan on getting any of those sets. I do like the RDA one though, so we'll see how that goes down. Maybe I will one day. Right, so for now, let us grab this animal's jaw and get started. So I'm going to grab the inner one first. This should be an interesting one, to be honest. I haven't done one of these in a while. I think the last time I did a carbon copy head would have been Zephyr/Cyclops from Great Sea Adventure. I mean, I've done other bits where I've copied Lego models. I mean, for the Moblin, I copied Groot's torso, but I did that freehand though, so it's not really the same. I think I'm going to grab the whole of the lower side of the head for now, and then we'll come in and change the detailing later. Let's just take a quick peek at Volvagia again. Yeah, I'm happy for the back of the head to basically maintain this shaping. So we'll go with that for now. So line 1, line 2, and then curl out. Because the reason I chose this head as a base is, one, it's about the right size. Two, it's got the right pole connector for what I need for the rest of Volvagia, which you're not going to get to see today. But all I'll say about this set is that there will actually be a grand total of 3 or 4 Volvagia heads included in the build. So that should be enough curious to keep you guys going. Cool. We have our Okami shape. Now we're going to have to add... He doesn't have teeth. Cool. Then we're using the Okami jaw. Nice. That was a new discovery. Volvagia the Fire Dragon does not have teeth. I might even be saying it wrong. Ocarina of Time. A long time since I've played. Let's give him the tongue though, because the tongue on this model is cool. Yeah. There we go. We've got just a lot of bosses and stuff. A lot of content coming. Right, okay. Volvagia, time to change your head. No, go down here. We want this layer. Right, I've got the mane, so again, not worried about that. We want to size up the head, tilt it, and then sort of line up the jawline. Roughly, I mean, this is a very inaccurate science. But really, I just want to be able to capture that 3D shape of the jaw. Better focus while I line this up. Okay, you know what? We're going to do this freehand. And hopefully it doesn't turn out looking awful. So, bring you over here and grab you in black. Right, so how does this head go? It sort of curls up at the nose, which we could bring the Okami in for, to be honest. We could just sort of copy that, yeah, and then it's all bumpy like. Okay, so this is important because you get a little bit of the top of the head, so we've got to start doing the two like sides almost. It's very tricky to explain and actually do this at the same time, so bear with the poor commentary. Of course, if you've got any questions, ask me as well. Okay, let's get rid of the Okami now that I've got that sort of established. And then let's do another bump. A slightly bigger one this time. And do again. Okay, so it's getting wider there. Keep the snout nice and thin, I think. And then we're gonna... Ooh, no. So, I think the snout potentially is too low down. So what we're going to do is we are going to create a custom little box. Ooh, no. Fine, this will work. And we are going to move it upwards. Yeah, that will probably do. Then get rid of the box and go back to the tool and then join up the lines. Now the reason we've done that is because I just misjudged my scale with the way that plastic and so on works, so that's fine. Okay, cool. And then we can do a nice slow, bit slower than that. Let's just get a nice curve. Oh, that's why it's not lining up. Right, okay. We realised the mistake. We realised... Anyone watching that's just so painful. Hold on. So, right. So now we can... Now we can do a nicer, shallower curve. Oh, right. That takes some focus. Let's just hide you for a second. Okay. So we've got a a little bit of a head here. Right, that is not an awful shape. It's something at least. We then want the eyes. The eyes are what's really going to sell this as Volvagia. So, we are going to grab our circle tool. And we are going to go big, I think. Because its eye is big. But all of the personality in this eye comes from the eyelid. So, let's grab you and you, and then do a nice big curve like so, and then oh, that got a bit hair polygonal. How does this eye finish as well? Open like that, and hide you. So, not a bad first attempt. I think we can potentially do better. So let us... Not what I wanted. I need a different tool. This one here. Let us grab the eye. And for starters, I think I want to rotate it ever so slightly. Then also move it more forward and upwards like that. Just get rid of the dotted line. And then let's bring Volvagia back in, and we're going to shrink you so you're not in my way, and then I don't have to hide you again. So let's just bring you back down to size and sort of shove you away over here. I think the horns will add a lot, so we might do the horns next and then do some scales just to see. Let's see. It's really hard to know. It's so hard. Okay, let's add some eyelids. Let's start with some of the detail. And if we start to hate it, we can always come back to ground zero as well. I mean, this is currently working, so... Yeah, cool. Now that we're done with the super difficult part, let's get back to talking about some form of conversation as well, so that you guys aren't just hearing me mumbling on about Volvagia's head that I'm attempting to make really badly. So, what else has been going on? So we had the Nintendo Direct, which was disappointing to some. To me. Don't know why I'm phrasing it like I wasn't one of those people, so... So there, yeah, Nintendo Direct. What's been happening in the world of Lego? We've had a couple of set reveals. Nothing hugely interesting, to be honest, at least not to me. My focus is definitely still on the Titanic, although I've been spending an increasing amount of time going back at the Lord of the Rings sets. Oh, I've told this story way too many times. The Helm's Deep castle is just... Oh, I need said castle. I need it right now, and yet I don't have it. So I have made myself the deal that if I never manage to get my hands on the Titanic because Lego decides to never bring it back in stock, I will buy myself a Helm's Deep. So it's sort of like a compensation set, a breakup set, if you will. So that will be fun. So I've been spending way too much time watching the old designer videos. I don't know if you guys remember. You guys might all be too young to remember these. When Creator Expert was around, like at the early days. I mean, they still do designer videos, but they're not the same. They had this do 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 do. Had like a little theme tune, and it was cool. They shared all these secrets and messed around, had a good time. We're human, and they told you just lots of information about the sets and so on. So it was always really interesting to watch. And I remember, where was this conversation going? Watching the designer video for, what was the set we were just talking about? Helm's Deep. There we go. We were talking about Lego Lord of the Rings. All right. I remember watching that, so I've rewatched that about twice. I've watched the speed builds, people's armies and expansions. And something about myself had said, "Oh, it's a bad set because it's not got a good interior." I'm like, who needs a good interior? It looks awesome. You've got all of the features. The minifigures are stellar. Just the whole Lord of the Rings range. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful to have as many of those sets as I do. I mean, I've got a lot, and I've got Orthanc as well, which is just a beauty. So, very, very lucky. Very, very lucky. Hold on. I've just got to get the door. Rather excitingly, that was Bricklink orders. So that'll be fun to open up later. I'm gonna not open them now though. We'll stay on stream. So back on track now. Yeah, so that was what I was getting onto actually, was my Bricklink orders. Mario characters, largely. No, parts for a project that you will see at some point. Not sure I'm going to do a haul video for it because it doesn't feel necessary. And then, yeah, it's just going to be really exciting to have some more parts in the house. Right. And more parts of different projects. I got myself a rock monster. Probably shouldn't be spoiling this in case I do decide to do a haul video, but percentage overlap of who's going to watch what is so low. So that'll do. There we go. Dark tan in our eye. Should be a bit darker. Close though. Close match. Right, let's find tan first. It's always easiest to find tan. That's close to tan. And then we go down into that, and then across into yellow, and then up into red and darker. That's more brown. Finding tan. Tricky. Oh, is that it? Is that it? That's basically the same colour that I had before. However, no matter. That's a much better match for that, that's for sure. Cool, and then we need black. Oh, no, okay, we need very dark grey, as Lego Batman would say. In fact, it probably would be a gunmetal colour, so we can use that instead. Cool. Can you go darker, please? Alright, and then that looks hideous. Great, cool. It needs detail on the sides. Thing is, they're so much more like bigger than they are in the games. So we're gonna have to have a tinker. So let's get our liner out and let's try and do some of these side plates then. So we've got like lines that come down onto the side. Maybe we can link them in here, like so. Yeah, let's just circumnavigate the eye. Like, oh, that one's not good. Why are they so much brighter than the others? I know why, because I coloured it all in. Lesson learned, never colour. Never colour. Okay, so these don't necessarily line up. They're just sort of going at a diagonal coming out of the eye. So let's just sort of do that, and then that, and then that. Are they changing angle? No, they're sort of staying more consistent. And actually they're a bit like gnarlier. So let's add some wiggle. Too much wiggle. Cool. So I suppose this is like armoured plating, really. So, that's fun. Let's see. Yeah, so I finally got a couple of minifigures I've been super after for a super long time. One of those being the Pirate Gumba. Finally, it has been actually a year since that character's released, and it was 9 months later it was finally added to Bricklink. And then I finally managed to find a UK seller who was going to sell one. Shocking how long that took for him to come back in stock. Anyway, I am over the moon. He's already come. He's not in today's order. I imagine today's order has got Bogmire in it, though, which is exciting. I nearly bought the entryway set after my Luigi's mentioning. Can you imagine if they just made like a giant Pikmin before they made Lego Zelda? Would be kind of sick. I would buy it. But besides the point, I'm just so in on the Nintendo partnership right now that it's unreal. I cannot wait. They're going to have to do Lego Zelda soon. It feels inevitable. And then again, I've said that so many times for so many years. Can they just do it already? Other news: Disney 100th anniversary CMF. Thrilled. I'm so excited for that. Like beyond excited, because not only does it mean new Disney CMF, but this has got to be our chance for Oswald. Not only our chance for Oswald, but our chance for Sorcerer Mickey. Because let's just colour that in. I don't like that. I want to do the tongue in a separate colour. Because it's 100 years of Disney, Fantasia Mickey hasn't happened, and it's super iconic. Because I've been looking back at like the D23 Expo that was happening and seeing what Disney properties are, and I was like, who are they going to put in this series? And I personally think it's really going to be just like classic Disney characters. So it's going to be people from throughout the ages, as you might want to put it. So I'm looking forward to that. If they do the Mickey and Minnie Platinum variants, I'd be really upset, because it's just such a waste of a spot that, oh, that would be infuriating if they did that. So let's hope they don't. Because they're cool outfits, but 2 spots in a CMF, no thank you. Oh dear, no, wrong tool. Draw a gradient, yes please, little gradient right there. No, not the big gradient, oh you silly thing. Right, I just want a tiny white gradient inside the eye to give it a little bit of shine. That's all I want. No, why is it so extreme? That's close, just not quite. So let's draw an even bigger one. No, that's just made it perfect. So go like that. No, that's too much. So center. Little bit. Little tiny bit. No, closer to the middle. Fine, we'll go through like that. No, this is not going well. Other picks that I would love to see in Disney. Pete, obviously, Clara Rock Out. We've talked about these before. What am I going on about now? Not really anything. So, I'm trying to get my angle right here. There we go. That's what I was after. So very subtle, very subtle, but it just adds a little bit of 3D to it. And we're going to do the same for all of these grey areas. And it should hopefully make it look a bit more like gunmetal. But that's besides the point. That did not work. Oh, no, that's just picture link. That's a bit awkward. Okay. Is that the right colour? Yeah, okay. Cool, so we want to end it here. Still too much. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Give us that shine. Yes, please. Oh, that's good. Right. That's cool. Okay. 100th anniversary minifigures for the third time. Goofy variant, for sure. We need Goofy. We need him cheap. Minnie in the blue dress would be pretty cool. Skating Minnie and Daisy from the Christmas special, also pretty cool. That one crocodile with the trumpet, not the one from Princess and the Frog. The alligator with take coattails. Was he in Fantasia as well? Actually, potentially Fantasia CMF. Yen Sid or Walt Disney. Either one of the two would be awesome. As a standalone idea, Microscope It's a Small World. That should be the next ride following the Haunted Mansion one that they did last year. So I would definitely be down for that. I would buy that day one. Let's get rid of you and let's export this. Disney's portfolio, the problem is, has gotten so wide now that it becomes very difficult for me to pick stuff that is realistic. Like, I would love for there be Pirates figures from Pirates of the Caribbean, Moulin Rouge figures from their Fox acquisition, and all kinds of other things from across the wider Disney universe. However, I know realistically it ain't happening because they're not really celebrating 100 years of those acquisitions, are they? They're celebrating 100 years of Disney. So it's going to have to be specific to Disney characters, I think, at least. However, I don't really know. It's just, it's all... there are so many IPs they have that I would love to have that Lego wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. Like Moulin Rouge, right? They're never going to touch that movie. Like, they just won't do it because I don't believe, well, one is probably not the interest, but two, they won't touch it. It's against whatever they view as their morals and stuff. So, but would love it to happen. It would be so cool. Yeah, no. So I'm beyond excited for the Disney CMF. So many opportunities to get characters. I think back to who we missed from Series 2. So Hans from Frozen, Kristoff from Frozen. Both good picks, at least in my mind. And so much other stuff also would be simply wonderful to have. Yeah, so that's really exciting, and I really do hope this line of micro-scale Disney park stuff does continue, because obviously with the Disney Castle in 2021 and with Haunted Mansion this year, so next year we got to get another one, and I hope that is It's a Small World. It's another very iconic ride that I would love just to see. I mean, I've been waiting for Lego Zelda sets for close to 12 years now. That's like actively waiting and playing and dreaming of what this could be like. And I've waited for Lego Disney theme park sets like the one we got with the Haunted Mansion this year, or I suppose ideally bigger, for almost as long, like a good decade. It was before the first Disney series. That Disney series was just a dream come true in so many ways. And the Disney Castle and the train and the Haunted Mansion set from this year. So special to me that they're finally happening. Yeah, not in the way we all want. I would have preferred, well, maybe we'll get them in the minifigure series. Haunted Mansion Ghosts could be cool. A new movie coming out. I didn't know there was a new movie coming out at all. That's supposed to release in spring, around that time. That would be really cool. Get the Hatbox Ghost and Gus and all the other happy haunts would be awesome additions to the series, I think, at least. But personally, I'm definitely in the market for some more retro things. After talking about it on the video the other week, Brave Little Tailor Mickey, I would also just love. Fantasia Mickey's priority number one, but once he's gone, we need Brave Little Tailor Mickey, and he really should have been in that 4+ set. I'm sorry, he just should have. Oh, I wish. Too much wishing. I mean, there's a chance, I guess, that there's enchanted, or should I say disenchanted, figures that appear in the CMF, considering that show's coming out on Disney+. Surprised Lego have not done anything with that before. Oh, there was the Lego Ideas review as well. That was exciting to see the 50 projects go through. Not too many I'm excited for in that range, because you know I don't want Lego Zelda to win Ideas. So there's not too much I'm excited for. Although that review was positive. I was upset about the target vote. Mini golf didn't win the target vote, and neither did the marine biology. So so sad that I was happy with 2 out of those 3 things were both projects I'd supported and had wanted to reach 10k. And the one that won was the silly Viking village, the set they'd probably do on their own in 5 years. It's just guys just don't know how to pick sets that Lego won't touch and expedite ones that they will. Fed up with this nostalgia baiting of old themes. I don't know. Grumpy. Not worth it. But I can't believe I had a 2 out of 3 shot, and once again, fan bias and favoritism won out with the Viking set. I'm not bitter at all. Pretty sure it's just a trait of Zelda fans to be bitter though, so you know what, we'll take it. Why am I doing this person's hair? We're changing their hair. I'm not supposed to be touching the hairline. Regardless, I haven't told you who I'm drawing. I am drawing another Link. We're doing Snowcore Link for Breath of the Wild. Because we need him for a set that is already designed. In fact, he is going to be one of 2 unique figures in that set, and 1 of 4 in total from that set. 2 of which are carryovers. No, sorry, 3 figures. 1 of which is a carryover, and 2 of which are going to be exclusive for now. Obviously, 1 of them might shut later. Oh, in fact, yeah, 1 of them probably will shut later. But again, besides the point. Cool. So no, excellent progress. That's our 2 little drawing things down. I would finish Volvagia, but I am not going to show you the body because that would spoil the set. So we'll leave that one for now. Who else have... so I was talking about... What was I talking about? It was something relevant. I've completely forgotten. I don't remember. If only I could listen to myself talk like I was live, but I'm not going to. Where were we? We talked about Disney series. I moved on from the Disney series, and I got distracted by the hair. Oh, phew, I'm drawing on your layer. Okay, that's good. Was I talking about ghosts? No. I talked about the Hatbox Ghosts. I know I've talked about Luigi and Bogmire today at some point. Scatterbrain. Complete scatterbrain. I wasn't talking about the Snowcore outfit, was I? It was before that. Oh, fiddle. Oh, the target vote and the ideas projects, right, of course. Yeah, no, so target project was a bust on my front, at least. I was looking forward to having a working mini golf or a lovely sculpture of a seahorse, the Lego Ideas bird set I'd actually be interested in, unlike the one from, goodness, that was a long time ago, that first bird set now. However, in the new review for 50 projects for February, there is 1 or 2 I'm particularly interested in. Without bringing them up, I probably couldn't tell you off the top of my head. However, one of them for sure is Jim Henson's Labyrinth. Fantastic idea. I think it's going to pass just because Disney, and also iconic. It's got Bowie, so they'd like that. So it's like half musician, half cult classic. More Henson, so Sesame Street and Muppets and so on. So I would absolutely love a Labyrinth set. I grew up watching that movie over and over and over again. It better have the snail. Hello, would you like some tea? He'd be lovely. An actual Labyrinth build, not just the Escher room. That would be really boring if it was just the Escher room. However, I would still buy it for Jared, for Toby, for Sarah. probably would have Ludo. I imagine they'd include him just because they'd want to hit the main cast. So Hoggle too. Chili Down would be awesome. I would love for like the Chili Down guys. Just the whole cast, to be honest. Goblin Town, the little dragon riders were so cool. We loved those. The hedge people, the Ludo and the Stones, the Bog of Eternal Stench, the card doors. There's so much fantastic, like, creative stuff in that movie that I would love to see come across. Would be amazing to have them in a set. However, in all likelihood, 50 projects, their pick may be one. So I doubt it will happen. Still got my hopes up though. I mean, if they did Hocus Pocus, I would definitely love to see the set. And Lego Jennifer Connelly as well. Just another one of those actors that would be awesome to have. Especially considering we have Paul Bettany, husband as well, from the Marvel sets. But it would allow you to make some Snowpiercer customs. And a lot of the other movies she's been in as well. Not too familiar with her filmography, apart from Labyrinth. But she's been in some stuff. It's probably already got a figure and I'm just not even aware. But besides the point. No, so I'd love a Labyrinth set, and then I haven't really thought about the others. There were a couple of others that I thought were definitely hitters, or ones that I would like to have seen, or hope to be. How is our stream quality faring? Right, that's cool. Right, it looks like the new computer's coping, at least. Fine line between coping and succeeding, but we'll roll with it. Not sure how long we're going to go for today. Just long enough to get some actual progress done, and then I've got to go unbox these Bricklink orders, which is super cool. I'm so glad to have finally got it done. I mean, I hated the process of it, of course, you guys know. Bricklink, not an easy site to use, but I did it. I braved it for Pirate Goomba, Fireman Mickey, the green rock monster, the small one, that is. My minifigure parts, my gorgeous blue tiles. I'm spoiling the whole thing now, and a couple of other projects as well. Oh, and link legs. I got my dual molded link legs. Ha 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 ha. Should have just brought the ornithologist months ago and got the toucan, but I didn't. But I got my legs now. Ha 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 ha. Super pleased with that. Cool. Right, let's open up Snowquill. And let's see what details need to be created. The headpiece is my main interest here. And let's close a lot of these down. Too many unopened or opened and not necessary tabs. Right, we have Mr. Snowquill Link. I love these armor set images. They're so useful. Right, cool. So, let's have a look at these hairstyles. So we've got the sweep over, so that's fine. We want to do 2 braids ending in hooks at the front, and then a feather coming out the side. So what we're actually going to do is we're just going to draw the normal hairpiece for starters, and then we will add to and rub out as we need. I think that's the safest way of doing things. Hair is one of the more difficult aspects, I think. Especially with a messy boy like Link. It's gonna be much trickier. That looks already, yeah, no, that looks way too straight. So, let's mess it up a bit. continue that down. Hopefully this gives some insight into how we do things here with the custom sets and so on. It's super touch and go. Right, I think we continue that down to about there. And then we come up. So this would probably be a rubber mould, although I don't like this at all. Let's go a bit thicker. Because otherwise it would be a bit on the thin side. So let's just go down like that and then make it a bit more pointy around the back. Although, again, Link's hairstyles, they vary so much. He is one stylish lad. Does a lot with his hair follicles, at least. That will act as a good marker. Let's stick that out the top, potentially. And then I like to think that the Snorkel set's a little bit neater, personally. Just my opinion. I am going to forget about the ear for now because I want to get this layer hidden so I can see what's going on. Okay, so we're going to do the top of the leaf, the feathers straight, and then we're going to curl in the bottom like so, and then the other. Okay, interesting. Let's change that then. So it comes down. It's like an inverted bow Lego piece. Cool. No, these are like, they're more separated than that. It's like yeah, so that top one is straight and then it curves down and around like that, and probably inwards just a little bit more before the other one comes shooting out like so, and then that one itself curves down a little bit more before the other one. Another one comes shooting out, and then that comes back in, and then we rub out all the lines in the middle. I suppose there are easier ways I could do this. I'm probably not being the most proficient in the world, but my way seems to work. None of you guys have ever particularly complained about the drawing, so I guess we'll just roll with it. Cool. How's that look? You know what? About as good as can be expected. So we're going to do an ear beneath. What's this other detailing that we have up here? There's some sort of jewel in the hair. Not gonna bother, to be honest. Let's just ignore that. So let us go back onto normal drawing mode and let's get an ear in position. Probably about here. Oh no, we've got to round off the tip. No, that's way too straight. Let's just wibble wobble that out here. Yeah. Not a fan. That's closer. Let's work with that and refine the shape from there. Usually once I get something rough, I can sort of work things out. It's much trickier than just doing a colour swap like we started the stream with. So just working my way back into the rhythm of drawing characters. So it's been a while since... I drew some the other day, but those were all relatively simple. I haven't done a new hair piece in a while, that's for sure. That does not look like an ear. that is for certain. And I think it all comes down to this bottom part looking way too flat. But I am happy with the top part, so we will just boop. That's instantly better. And then in fact, let's just continue this hair braid like so. That's all hair, hair. That's the gap. So I suppose in realism's sake, that should come in here. That should come in here. And then this should come up to the top. And this should come up to here. And then we rub out the other lines in between. And then that way, if I'm actually going to explain with words what I'm doing, the ear comes to sort of the point around the gap by the braid, because the braid, of course, is sort of separating where the ear is. So we've got our ear here, and we just do a little rounded half circle. Oh no, that's on delete mode. So let's just go up, do a little curve, and come back like so. And you're just gonna sharpen this ear up just ever so slightly. Just change the angle just a little bit. There we go. Just that tad bit sharper should make a big overall difference. I hate the thing in the middle. We're getting rid of that. So you just sort of judge it by feel. And sometimes I'm massively wrong. If you think about the original Fairy Queen from Wave 1. Sometimes I do not judge what is good correctly. And that is okay. So, next up, let's make this hair look like hair. Let's delete all of you. And because Lego and plastic stability, we're going to have to make a slight change to the tips of the hair. So we've got these anchors here. We're just going to do them as arrowheads. So yeah, I've thought about this. I've come prepared. We're going to go out. And we're going to come down and we're going to go out. And then we're going to sort of curve round to a point. And curve round to a point. And then let's rub out all of this. And you guys will watch in wonder as suddenly this shape reveals itself. So this is a painted hairpiece like Elrond's from Lord of the Rings. Again, totally not inspired by the amount of time I've been watching over there. It's gonna look a little chubby. That's just the nature of some of these hairpieces. I do in fact want to rub out just a little bit of that, and then also a little bit of this line. Let's make it just a little bit thinner to just make it stand out from the rest. So we can then swoop in below the line and then delete some of the stuff above it. Okay, that's just about doable. We need to clean up some of this line though. Again, it's just to make it look as good as it needs to. Some of these lines just need slight alterations just so that they don't get in the way. So there's our shape, and then if we now bring this one in, that's not going to work, is it? It's going to have to just go really super high. So yeah, technically bent out of shape, but also technically you can't really tell, and it makes this look a lot better. So we're leaving it alone. Cool. Same thing over this side then. So we need to come down to about here, and come down to about, no, we want to, it's difficult because it's technically also hidden behind this hairpiece here. So let's mop up some of these so it's behind, meaning that I can leave that line there. And fingers crossed it won't look too funny. To restart. Cool. Cleaning up nicely, nicely done. Okay, so now that they are separated, we can just wiggle this line be gone. And then once that's done, Oh, little lag spike there. So far, program's opening so much quicker. This thing's so less painful than my other previous device. So, same thing. Big scoop. I did basically end up doing the exact shape I said I wasn't going to do. So, that's fun. I didn't lie. No, what do you mean? I totally knew that I was going to follow the design that I was given in the source material. Never would have expected that. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So 14 is our default. I want to go down to 5 to make this line the right thickness. And also do that. And then go back up to 14 so that everything comes as normal. Cool. Okay, so those definitely look a little bit on the straight side. I bet... Oh dear. What happened there? Oh, I've changed tab. That's... What is that? So they look way too straight. So it must have like a slight angle or something on it. That must be it. Because this does not look good. So let's make this a bit bigger, make this a bit easier. Cool. So we're going to go back to our drawing tool, come right back down to size 14, and we're going to go at an ever so slight angle. Oh, I was on delete. We're going to go at an ever so slight angle outwards, and we're going to get some eyes in here as soon as possible. Nice. And okay, doesn't look awful. Cool. Let's get an ear as well. Obviously smaller because you can't see it all. And he's looking particularly horrific. Nicely done, everybody. But that's about right. Cool. Okay, so then we can start replicating some of this hair pattern. So let's come down here. And let's link you up at the top. And curl you over as well. And then come back down. And then we've got to do the cross braiding, haven't we? So that will start at this point, come down here in rhythm before being taken out like so from underneath. And then they sort of just cascade into each other from that point. So like so, and like so, then like so, and like so. And we're just moving down the braid until we get to the red bit at the bottom. I hope there's some good armor sets in the sequel. I really do. I like the armor from the first game, and I think it is neat. So I would like to see more. Don't know what though. The only custom armor I've ever designed is the I can actually show it to you, is the one from, well, it's not even really custom, it's just mixing up the different sets. It is the Beach Link, which in actual fact is just the climbing shorts without all of the jangles on them and the Desert Vo headgear. So it's not even custom, so that's fun. I do like that figure though a lot, so that's cool. Right, other side. Now we get to do the exact same thing, just more tight. And I think this will look a lot better once we get some colour on it. I've never had much problem with Link hair before, like not looking particularly... well, I should say, okay, obviously, some of the stuff drawn by like Noah and so on is just incredible. Like his Link is fantastic. I really can't draw. But it's cool. Okay. We're going with the mouth closed today, I think. Let's go for the... got to use our pre-existing headpieces. We're just going to go for the very slightly open mouth. Cool, that's got a good level of shock to it. And then eyebrow time, which will lower the thickness for. And hopefully these come out as just nice over the top eyebrows. So. They're a little close. We'll see what happens when we get some pupils in there. So obviously most Lego minifigure eyes are black. However, it has done that wrong, so let us just up our size brush once again and mop up the mistakes. Like so, and then change to white. And add a pupil. They're a little on the large size actually, so let's grab them up using the bean tool. I don't know why I call it the bean tool, I didn't call it bean tool earlier. And then just go about that size I think will do, and then same for the other eye. Ooh, it's distorted it. Okay. Right, so it's a little bit smaller at the moment. There we go. And then up just slightly because of the curve on the face. That's better. It's a little less over the top, so that's cool. Nicely done. Right, face is in. Hair is vaguely there. There's a little bit of patterning on the feathers, and because this is a printed headpiece I can add as much of that as I wanted. So we're going to add the little diagonal lines. Obviously there is some Lego-ness to be aware of here, and by Lego-ness I just mean what could Lego actually physically print and what will they just not do. So this is probably a stage too far, although some of our minifigures are getting nice and detailed. I feel like if they did did the Snowball set with Link, I would pretty much love it. I mean, it'd be very hard not to. It's a really cool set. At least the headpiece I would love to see. We need like twice as many of those on here, although I'm not going to. So then let's get our milky white colour that doesn't exist that I said I wanted them to make. And sploosh, 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 and actually undo, 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 and we're actually just going to quickly duplicate the layer and hide one just in case we come back and need to make some big changes. It might be simpler that way. Then let's get our Linky hair colour. Just do a quick test fill. That's pretty close, although we are going to change it to medium nougat because Lego colours. So the moment that's way too on the orangey spectrum. Right, let's just start with that colour and then work more into the browns. And then go right into the browns and come across to the yellows ever so slightly. Then come back down again into the pale. It's always just one of those colours to me. Hang on a minute. Why am I making things difficult? I don't have to. Just grab that. Perfect. We got the medium nougat, which is still the hair colour that I think works best. So let's fill in all of our little tiny gaps, carefully not to choose the ears. And also not the bottom of the hair. Grab those, take a look at what colour those are. It is the off-brand white again. All the way down to our what will be dark red tips. So the first colour we did today for our Fire Tunic Link. Why is that so badly coated compared to all of the other colours, or is it just me? Ah, well, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Way too over-focused here. Way too over-focused. In fact, my commentary has completely gone out the window, so that's fun. Apologies to all of our people watching. Okay, now you see that just sort of starts to come together. That's definitely, yeah, that's what I wanted. Cool. Cool. Okay, then we need to grab our eyebrow colour, same as the hair. And then also black for the mouth. We're just... Actually, no, we won't. We will use... dark red? I don't really know how to fill his slightly perverse expression of confusion. Maybe if we got rid of all of these ugly white bits... This is actually a very dark brown rather than dark grey. At least that's how it looks on the screen. Something about that doesn't look right though. Hum. Much mystery. Okay, we'll keep trying colours. I'm happy with the mouth shape, just not the actual fill. What happens if we take his skin and just go for a darker version of that? Looks horrific. Okay. What about white? Toothy, but it could work. In fact, if we went right down to 1 on pixel size, we could draw a... buck teeth. No, that does not work. I mean, let's look at what you're doing. Yeah, I think white's the choice. Okay. Yeah, no, the more I look at that, the more I'm happy with that. Cool, 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 cool. Okay, torso decoration time. We're going to go for 11 as a font. Slightly different. Ever so slightly. Now, when it comes to these suits, I'm always torn whether to add stuff like the belts and straps that the Chica Slate's on, because technically speaking, those aren't part of the outfit. Those are just always there. So it's always debatable. First we choose where our waistline is. Our waistline is always where the Chica Slate line is, so our waist is going to be dark red, following this stripe, meaning that coming at the torso, the first thing is like a sort of V shape coming out the middle. You can't actually see it on this side, and then about a third of the way up, that comes back into the center and then bounces out again like so, and then we add like a little thin line for the dark red trim. Okay, this is another outfit I was worried about, so this is good that it's working out for us. Okay, the little thin trim, and actually there's some detail lines, aren't there? Coming up and out like so, and we'll just do one more. Nice, and actually we will be able to see the top one of these like so, and the top part of the middle one, but nothing else, all hidden. Then we've got the strap down the middle, followed by our 2 X's. The top one can be slightly bigger. Ah, the top one isn't actually there at all. Which means we can move our other one up and change the angle ever so slightly. And then our other one is just through there. Okay. Then we've got like this triangle that curls round like so. And because of minifigure proportions, we won't do anything about that inwards plate except for... Oh, we need to add the collar, don't we? So let's just draw... a little wiggle. Oh, bit of an angle there. Like so. And we can... draw some curls just for the little woolly bit. Awesome. And then we can do our triangle coming down like so. And probably for simplicity's sake, it's not really worth our time doing this here. We'll just leave it all as dark brown, I guess. I suppose we should address that this triangle piece is on the inside of here as well. So we can just... oh, it's a bit on the deep side there. Cool. Okay. Then that side stays clear, which is odd, but it looks fine. Again, getting very busy here, meaning that it's hard to look. Yeah, no, I'm totally going to leave that as dark brown. That's fine. This part underneath, that can be the reddish brown section, because that's the colour we do here, because we don't have sand red. Lego, we don't have sand red. We've got a bow here, because that's relevant to the set he's in. And then we'll have the dual moulded arm piece here, which will come across and be all fluffy. Like so. Very hard to do at that angle. Cool, and then also the same here. Oh, okay, so then we've got 2 gloves. That's fine. We'll do some X's on here. Like so. Because we can see that side of the arm. This side needs its little feathered gauntlet as well. So let's just do a wiggly wave. And draw all of these lines up inwards. Like so. And while our torso is getting there, we need to do the little triangles in here. So oh, that one's a bit on the small side, can't really use that. I mean, I could just shrink the font, but that would be self-destructive. We're just going to leave it at the half triangles, because limits. And then it's legsies time. Although actually we are going to colour this first. So, just to see how it's coming. Let's add the... nope, I decided I don't like that shape. And I don't like that one either. Let's try from this corner. Nope. There we go. That's what I was after. That will be our Rito buckle, and that will actually just go on this cloth because I cannot be bothered. So, dark red, here we go. Dark red here, and dark red hips. Nicely done, nice start. Then this is very close to reddish brown, so let's go for you there. And the top of the arms here. Then we want to darken it up Actually, we'll go back to the original brown. And then sort of go here. That looks about right. Can you not do that, please? Dark brown, dark brown, dark brown. Oh, dear me. Why is it... We're going to have to try and get rid of this edging here. Because for some reason, it is not having it today. Usually I'd expect it from this mode, but I don't really want to have to go around by hand again. Looks like I'm going to have to though, so that's fine. Let's just zoom out for now. Why is this bright red? Hold on, we've made mistakes. I must have clicked on the wrong red. Which is funny, because that would explain why it looked so wrong. There we go, that's more in the colour palette. Followed by dark brown, back again. Oh, that's definitely wrong. Fill up that, fill up this tiny square, fill up this arm, fill up here, and then the reddish brown to fill in all the gaps. Alright, we're getting there. Somewhat of a complete armour set is on the way. Right, the white for the cuffs, and the fluff, and the other cuff, and that's all the white. We're going to use tan for the other bits. I spotted a little bit more dark brown though, because his hands will probably just be dark brown as well. Nah, we'll go tan. His hands can freeze. No, dark tan, dark tan. That dark tan works really well actually. That's a great suggestion. Why didn't I think of that earlier? Unless it was gold, but we'll roll with it. Okay, now we need to actually make a tan. That was easy. And our base colour for our torso we'll play around with. Let's try reddish brown. Okay. Let's try tan. Okay. And the one I don't think it's going to like is dark brown. I mean, dark brown makes the most sense, but I think we're going to go with the reddish brown. Because technically that is the base colour. Although I can tell right now I don't love it. We'll see. I'll probably change my mind. I usually do. Cool. 2 green triangles as well. And 2 reddy orangey triangles. Nice little bit of colour. Yeah, no, he looks too much like a gingerbread man, so we are changing that. Because this is not my custom gingerbread link, surprisingly. Oh, those are the outlines. I think the... Yeah, I'd rather go with that. I'd rather go with the tan, let's be honest. This green that I made as well just completely needs to change to this sand green so that we can do our feathered tips. So let's do these two first. So 2 greens here and 2 pastel corals. Cool. And then we need our black back so that we can draw some lines in here. It's about halfway down. And we can just trace these. That's a little far for my liking. Let's go for here. Nicely done. Okay, now we can go get my new green and put it on fill. Go boop, 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 boop. Followed by a nice warm oh, don't click on the lines. Orange, okay. Coming together, we need a grey for the hips. This is too dark, so let's go for that. And let's go back up to the tippy top for dark red for the rest of the belt. And we're going to do the bow while we're here as well. Now, what bow do I want this to be? I want this to be a Vulcan bow, duplex bow. Boko Bow, we're going to stick with brown. We're not going to do any fancy colours. We're just going to make it a slightly warmer brown. Yeah. This is actually the compound bow piece, so this is still a recolor, but I like the shaping more for the Rito bows, so I suppose I could have done it in gold. Still would have been recolor. I don't know why I'm fussing about it, quite frankly. Cool. Okay, oh, we've got to hide Small Link here because he's in my way. That's why the rest of the bow, I was like, I know I drew the rest of the bow, where's it gone? Turns out, underlink. Underlink. Okay, coming together, coming together, coming together. Leg time. Let's bring Small Link back. Hello. And go back to our black and start sketching out this. So this tarpaulin, whatever you want to call it, this red triangle is going to be a bit awkward in that regard. We might skew it off to the side. Because if we do that, it won't look like he's wearing superhero underwear, which would be unfortunate and not be the look we were going for. So we have made a artistic decision to change that. So this, fingers crossed, should look a little bit better. Yeah, not brilliant, but it will certainly, most certainly do. Yeah, no, that's gonna be a rough one. Okay. The detailed outfits are the hardest, of course. Let's go a little bit lower on the boot lining here. Also fluffy again. A little bit of a thin layer. Obviously nothing on the inside of the legs apart from the dual molding line. And then this one here will get the same treatment. Although once again, a little bit harder because of the angle. Like so, okay. And then his feet are weird. His feet are weird. Let's just do some simple toe printing then. We'll do the classic half semicircle or rhomboid hoof, which will be in sand green then, for whatever these sandals are. And then the rest can be in reddish brown. So let's grab our green. And there. And then our brown. Like so. And like so. Then let's grab the white for the trim. Trim and trim. And then we need to see the pattern on here. So it's tan, and then you've got the triangles and the other triangles. So it's like a mountain range, isn't it? So it's up, down, up, down, up, followed by up, down, down a little bit further, up, down, down, and then up. And then let's put our triangles in the middle. Oh. Okay, this is coming together. Apologies for the lack of commentary. Turns out drawing figures is apparently the one thing I cannot do while streaming. Which is interesting, at least to me, probably not for you guys. Hopefully it's still a watch. But the commentary has definitely devolved to up, down. But wave 4 secrets, maybe, who knows. I have spilt the beans. What we'll do is we'll stop after this guy. We'll finish up Link and then we'll call it a day. I like to stream for longer, yes, but there are Bricklink orders calling my name. and of course lots more custom set work to do. I think this is long enough, and then of course look forward to the next video on Friday, coming back again. Okay, that is not my green. Hello? That is not my green. Why does the colour keep... That was so weird. It changed colour on me again. It's the orange one again, right? So, this goldeny colour. Oh, wrong way. Okay. Awesome. Let's get Mr. out of the way. Won't move him. I'll just that was not what I wanted to do. I wanted to shrink him, not turn him into a child. Well, he already is a child, but there. Oh, stop distorting him. Right, there we go. Not half bad. Brown sort of obscures a lot of the detail, and as soon as you come in close enough to see it, you see all of the flaws. Parts of him look like a gingerbread man, I won't lie. Maybe this set isn't supposed to be transferred. However, oh, we're missing the details. That's why it looks bad. Okay. Let's just add the markings here. So this is going to be an awkward one to add because of the positioning. So, watch me struggle. Okay, so we come along here and we go up here, 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 here. Oh, come down a bit. Go along and come down here. Okay, there's one of them. Then the other one is coming along, going along, and then coming up, coming in. It's like a hook shape. And then the same on this side. So yeah, that'll do. Okay, and then we need to redraw the black lines over the top. Very important step. Oh, and I missed just a little bit there as well with this white line. So let's do that. And we will go over the top and just fill in those ugly gaps because they are very, very ugly. That's a brown line. It's changed my colour again. Does not like me today. Either that or I've made way too many similar colours. That could be the problem too. It may not be the program's fault, shockingly. As usual, I am to blame. Righty-ho. And then this black line too. And then the rest of them are fine, so that's good. Cool, and then white, and then we're done. Oh, that is totally the wrong colour. What colour even was that? It was like sand pink or something. Probably that is literally sand red. So that's fun. Had a little rant about Lego colours, didn't we? It's good. And most importantly, if nothing else, I got some work done on the customs, which is always important. Anything that's going to convince me to work more on them, even after working on them for hours on end, is a good thing. Now, figures don't usually take me this long, so that is a worrying sign. but hopefully I will speed up because there are loads to do. I wanted to do 6 today, we did 3. And how long have we been going? Like an hour and a half, maybe? With a little bit of a slower start. Let's see. An hour and 2 hours. Oh, that is not good at all. No, we need to be faster. Much, much faster if we want to get Wave 4 done on time. However, a couple of our sets are now done because of what we've done today. Awesome. I am pleased with that. That is up to my standards. I am happy. That is a great figure. I've just drawn a white line through his face. Stop drawing white lines on his face, please. Let me just pan. Thank you. There we go. And not bad considering I had to relearn the program as well, so that's alright. It's okay. We made it. We made it. Fantastic. So we have this link, and we have not that one. We have file link as well. I need to remember to export this guy. We did this one. Oh, hello. What layer did I... Oh, no. Do you see it? Let's get rid of file link for a second. If I hide small link, he takes the thing with him. We can fix that. Don't you worry. We can indeed crop this layer. Oh, no, not like that. No, 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 no. No. We just want... No, this is not working. Let's grab it like this instead. We will sausage him. Because we're on this layer. And we will cut Control X that. And then... Control V. Nice, it's now on a separate layer. We can hide link, bring him down here. And then... merge with layer below. So fingers crossed, now when I hide this layer, it all goes together. Awesome. Now bring small link back, small link. Nicely done. Okay, so we did snow cool link. We did fire link. And somewhere in here is a Volvagia head with just the best gradient texturing that I've ever done, which is cool. So let's bring snow cool back because he's my favourite from today. He's got a little bit of a perplexed expression on his face, which I like. Awesome. Brilliant stream. Thank you for stopping by. Of course, watch out for future videos and so on and so forth. And I will see you in the very near future, hopefully. And have a wonderful rest of your day.